Death. Something we all gotta do, but not right now. Stand up, motherfucker! I'm messing with you. So, man, I see a lot of pain in the world right now, yo. See a lot of upset people out here, yo. It's a damn shame. But I want y'all to know something. It's going to be all right. So, let me ask y'all something, man. Is it fair for, you know what I'm saying, y'all, like, okay, I hope y'all wasn't in your feelings about yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Because I already know some people are going to be. I already know some people are going to be mad at me. And be like, yo, you talking shit. You know what I'm saying? About the, but honestly, I don't have no problem with no Southern people. I really don't. I never said I did. I've always kind of, I've always had a thing for like the Southern twang. So that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been down south, and you know what I'm saying? Besides meeting my folks, I've talked to people down there. For the most part, they're pretty cool cats. So that's not my issue. I don't think it's fair that I can't call out black trash from the South, but we all talk about the hillbilly hick, who we know is from the South. All right, these motherfuckers is claiming to be slaves of this dude. So how would they be not learned by him? Why wouldn't they be ignorant? If I'm calling him ignorant and they raised by him, then what the fuck is they? Motherfucker, they ignorant as hell too. Makes sense. See, the hat looked better when... All right, that one. Makes sense. Don't get mad at me. I came to the world already fucked up. I got one eye. Y'all can have all the fame, the clout, the girls. Ooh. And don't get it confused. I'm not saying it like my dick is dry. It's not. I'm not saying it like that. But it ain't about how many girls you can get. It's not. We 35 trillion in debt. Bruh, I scare the shit out y'all right now. We got a numbers guy in America, and he been banging on us for years. He's like, dog, we did it. We finally did it. Congratulations, y'all. We're 35 trillion in debt. Now, remember, most people in those sentences, like, look at Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Look at that. These niggas is, one's already in his 80s, one's on his way to the 80s. 35 trillion in debt. Is they gonna see that burden? No. Niggas gonna be dead. I remember I told my mom that shit. I was telling her about the situation that's going on, and she's like, nah, it's not like that. I'm like, it's easy for you to say you only got like 15 summers left, shorty. Oh, I'm being honest with myself. You at the end of the 60s, G. Even if you made it to 100, it's like, how useful are you at 110 years old, my nigga? You're not useful at all. So, I'm saying that like, yo, I feel that I don't feel that people fail. I don't feel that what it is. I don't feel people drop the ball. I feel the generation before me and mine need to grow the fuck up. Niggas want to be so cool that we in debt. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody want to do any hard work. I bust my ass at work. I like doing a physical job because I'm a man. Somebody's got to get the job done. All of us can't be on a computer and shit in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Looking all cute and shit. It would never work that way. You ain't never noticed somebody in a fancy car and now they all arrogant. They act like they all that. But they ain't build that car. They ain't smite that metal. They ain't put that shit together. So who's more of the G? The rich bitch-ass person driving it or the person who made it? Person who made it, that's the G. Okay, well, we need more of those. That's why I'm like, I don't know why niggas like somebody unfriend me and shit. And I'm like, nigga, What kind of look? Let me tell y'all something. I'm not unsubscribing from nobody I'm subscribed to. Even if they do something that piss me off. You want to know why? Because we're only here once and we're all going to fucking die anyway. Nigga, what is your unsubscription going to do? Nothing. Even a celebrity, bro, I don't like you. I'm going to tell everybody not to like you. Who the fuck are you, cuz? You ain't going to be shit. You're one hit away from being a dud. Who gives a fuck about it? I'm not into that shit. I don't care. I watched one video. Somebody ain't subscribed on. I know that this shit is just a venture, motherfucker. I'm here temporary. And if you ain't noticing the track record, we're 35 trillion in debt. It ain't just the government, it's you bitch ass niggas. It's the process of what we're doing in this country. The thug is fucking all the bitches. So now we're having all these dumb bastard kids. Okay, everybody's about money. But money didn't stop the pedophile from being a pedophile. Money didn't stop the murderer from being a murderer. Money didn't stop the rapist from being a rapist. So obviously it's not about money. Then you guys are 35 trillion in debt. Newsflash. Don't nobody want to hear about y'all fucking talking about money, nigga. You niggas in money is bad luck, stupid motherfucker. You're 35 trillion in debt. That's the group. That's the whole fucking group, cuz you can't blame fucking the government when they're giving you food stamps. No, you gotta blame your bitch ass for taking them. Nigga, go to work. Pay for something. Do something of substance instead of being a leech and a bitch. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was talking about yesterday. Like, look, bro, we gotta admit, a lot of y'all niggas is retarded. A lot of y'all be talking stupid shit. You about stupid shit. You do stupid shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit, nigga. It is what it is. How the fuck are it 2024? You still selling drugs, nigga? You know where you got that science from? The government in these third world countries broke motherfuckers. You know why they sell dope? Because that's all they have. You know what? It's funny. I said it's 2024, jackass. There's not even food stamps anymore. You motherfuckers got credit cards. You swiping this motherfuckers. EBT. Niggas getting nice Section 8 housing and shit. Busting the walls. Fucking up the neighborhood. Doing dumb shit. Come on, cuz. Whose fault is it? Is it really the government at this point? Or, nigga, is there a line in the sand and you bitch-ass niggas keep jumping over on the dumb side trying to make these niggas cool, and they ain't never gonna be cool, homie. They will always be fucking failures, nigga. That's what they is. That's what they breed off. I'm in the streets. I'm hopeless. I ain't got no chance. Okay, so this motherfucker is just talking negativity. That's all they're giving. How the hell could you turn around and be like, oh, yeah, we're gonna be straight? We're gonna be in the lap of luxury. Listening to losers. Boosie just got caught up again for that gun charge. They reinstated it. They brought it back. And everybody's like, oh, that's messed up. Oh, that woo-woo. I don't think the court system should work for criminals like that. I really don't. I think the court system should be throwing the book at criminals. And I know motherfuckers be like, oh, shit, but you was a criminal. Yeah, cuz the past is the past. When you gonna grow up? When you gonna, put down what they say, the childish games, you know what I'm saying? Stand up as a man. When you gonna do that? Well, you know what? Trying to game y'all on that type of knowledge, I'm cool. I do want to tell y'all about Kamala Harris, though. I think it's wild that people are even considering, you know what I'm saying? Voting for this woman, like having her as a damn president. I can hear the, women, they don't want a woman president. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Women haven't built anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's really the only argument. Ain't nobody saying you can't do nothing and you can't run the scene. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing that's stupid. But it would be with a man's permission. You know what I'm saying? You're not running the scene because you're just super tough and you did that. No. We would have to give that to you. And that's the thing. And it's kind of disrespectful to yourselves. But you about to see right now why I talk the way that I talk, and why I don't bite my tongue, and I don't come with no weak shit, and I don't give a man. I don't care how any of you people feel. Okay, I'll clean it up in that sense. I don't care about how any of you people feel, because I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now keep it real with yourself. What did she say?
Now direct this at Vice President Biden. I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Okay, so she didn't call him a racist, but she tried to make a point. She said, "Oh, I don't think he is racist." You know what I'm saying? But I can't believe you would side with people like that. All right, now hold up. That's the same shit y'all saying about Trump. Y'all like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just because he helped black people doesn't mean he's racist. Okay. Let me ask you something. How could you feel that way about somebody knowing that they sided with people that wanted to keep you out? And then you would turn around and be his vice president. Let's do it again. Full contact. Let's go.
And I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden. I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And
now, my whole thing is this. If he was cool with two of the most segregationists in the Senate, and he worked with them about the busing, so he was a part of it. He didn't want, an integrated jungle. That's what he called it. What I'm asking people is, how can you trust her when she fucking pushed that to the side and became his VP? You know what I'm saying? That's bed witch type shit. Like, you can't even deny that. That's bed wench type shit. That's fucking wild. It's like, that's wild as hell. That's wild as hell. Like, that is beyond fucking wild. I cannot believe this shit. Like, what? All right. Then we got this other guy, right? This Mike TV guy. He's got his his card, his Indian card. He's saying he's real Indian. Not that. Picked the wrong video. But he's got this video coming out that I think is interesting about how Tariq Nasheed is going back on Vlad. When I copped this, but they told me this shit was fire. But I guess I got to say he was right. But he's going back on Vlad, even though he dissed Vlad. A lot of people call Vlad a culture vulture and stuff like that. I ain't talking about Mike. I'm actually talking about I'm actually talking about how Tariq Nasheed kind of like opened up a can of worms, and I feel Tariq Nasheed's bootleg. I feel he's bootleg because, you know, talk is cheap, and a lot of these dudes' solutions is cheap talk. It doesn't matter how good you're living, bro. That doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? AOC was a fucking bartender, bro. She's a fucking bartender, bro. She's in the Senate. So your day-to-day life doesn't fucking matter. Like, anything can happen. Your life can change in an instant. We're not saying that it can't. I'm trying to figure out how is this shit gonna work if blacks are still, or not, sorry. How is it gonna work if the people that everybody follow and copy but don't want to rise up? How's it gonna work if they don't wake up? If they not getting it, they be arguing with each other about, oh, you know, Democrat y'all thought process. Where do y'all get this like mind state that you gonna win doing it the wrong way? Like, where does that come from, bro? And it's like, I might have to hit y'all in the head with this Thomas Sowell again, because dude be smacking. Like, I ain't gonna front, dude be smacking the shit out of motherfuckers in some real cool, calm, collective way. It's like, but he be putting it together where it's like, bro, look at this shit. Like, look at y'all. Look how y'all work. Like,
Much of the cultural pattern of Southern rednecks became the cultural heritage of Southern blacks, more so than survivals of African cultures with which they had not been in.
hit it. It's okay to talk about the whole African thing.
Much of the cultural pattern of Southern rednecks became the cultural heritage of Southern blacks, more so than survivals of African cultures with which they had not been in contact for centuries. More so than,
see,
I don't know.
This is my argument with some of them Aboriginals and Indians. This is my argument with some of them. You can listen to some of y'all and see that you're intelligent, clear as day. Like people like Aboriginal Power, he's not stupid. From the South or not, he's not stupid. Top Cat is not stupid neither. He just talks with a whaley accent. So it's like, he just has a whaley accent. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes his voice can be annoying, but it doesn't mean that he's not saying something. But I say that to say this. Sometimes you can see this nigger in them. They bring it out. They bring out this stupid shit, and you be like, you know what? Is that you? Is that you, homeboy? Is that you? Because that's how you gotta look at it. I don't believe that's them. I believe that's that cracker culture that has been breeded into that region. You know what I'm saying? It's just been breeded in, and motherfuckers don't notice it. It's up north too. I'm not saying that it's not. That's not my point. My point is, I don't think that's ours. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the ignorant energy is truthfully our shit. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all are using like a Peckerwood narrative and then trying to push it off on us. And that's what I'm talking about.
Much of the cultural pattern of Southern rednecks became the cultural heritage of Southern blacks, more so than survivals of African cultures with which they had not been in contact for centuries. Even in colonial times, most blacks on American soil had been born on American soil. Moreover, such cultural traits followed blacks out of the southern countrysides and into the urban ghettos, north and south, where many settled. The very way of talking, later to be christened Black English, closely followed dialects brought over from those parts of Britain from which many white Southerners came. Southern countryside.
when Nelly was like, her, and everybody's like, oh, that's black people. No, it is not. That is Welsh. You talking some shit white people were saying, oh, in England, you sucking on it so hard, trying to claim it's yours, and you like, oh, that's how they always are. This is why a lot of Indians don't deal with Thomas Sowell, because Thomas Sowell gonna checkmate a lot of people. Because a lot of people for the longest was trying to make the English spellcast language the Southern version, and that's not true. You ever seen Indian words? Be honest with yourself. You ever seen Indian words? Even the tribes that people claim, Trata, Seminole, what's that? Yasamine, you know what I'm saying? It's like when you get into certain tribes, these names is long as shit. So her, their, but all that slow cut, small break shit couldn't be in this. It's impossible. There's too many long words. Indians have long ass fucking words, long as shit. That's where they're comparing, the African Indian connection, because they're like, yo, Africans be having long words too. But that's a older version, just like Asians had long names. You know what I'm saying? It was like, bruh, but that's an older. So that's ancient times. So, if they did connect and link up and be homies and share information, that ain't got nothing to do with what is now. So I'm saying that to say this. They probably was cool and did business. It's y'all niggas who weird and don't got no knowledge. But the whole ignorant flow is not us. It's not. Y'all got that from the low cognitive pale face of the South. That's where that comes from. Everybody's going to claim it came from the South. Okay, the Negroes were slaves down there. So even if you claim, oh, it's white people, bruh, you going to their schools, you eating their food, you shopping in their stores. Your whole life you grew up, you ain't never had no like real black owned town and city like that. So if you're trusting them to that degree, then what's the argument about back then when the narrative is they owned you, not that you own them, even if that is true. But the narrative is they owned you. So you can't say the slang of the South is black when black ran nothing, owned nothing, had nothing during a certain time down there. That's the argument. Because remember, we're not talking about idiots. We're not talking about colors. We're not talking about Negroes. We're talking about black people, because that's what y'all call them, blacks. Blacks were ex-slaves. Y'all don't say Indians were ex-slaves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all say Negro, y'all say colored, but y'all didn't disappeared those words. So it's like you don't understand what they are. You didn't play it yourself because you calling people black. Okay, well, black people were slaves. So who was their master? So what did they learn? They heard from him. They weren't allowed to read or write, so they had to mimic what they were hearing. So their, her, all that shit you got from him. So that's not ours.
Many settled. The very way of talking, later to be christened Black English, closely followed dialects brought over from those parts of Britain from which many white Southerners came, though these speech patterns died out in Britain while surviving in the American South. As such, speech patterns would later die out among most Southern whites in black ghettos around the country. For example, he isn't, it doesn't, and I haven't. A Virginian, even of high rank, preferred to say, I be, you be, she ain't, it don't, and I ain't. These Virginia speech ways were not invented in America. They derived from a family or regional dialects that had been spoken throughout the South and west of England during the 17th century. From these same regions of England came such words as yaller for yellow, axe for ask, acrost for across, y'all for you, bile for boil, do for door, dis for this, and that for that.
Now, you can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. Everybody be like, yo, that's black people. That's how black people talk. No, it's not. You have to remember who your slave master is. Once again. And what did we say? Or what did Mr. Soul say? It split up between the higher rank whites and even the middle class blacks. They even stopped talking like that because it's a low cognitive way of moving. Let's go.
I ain't. These Virginia speech ways were not invented in America. They derived from a family or regional dialects that had been spoken throughout the South and west of England during the 17th century. From these same regions of England came such words as yaller for yellow, axe for ask, acrost for across, y'all for you, bile for boil, do for door, dis for this, and that for that.
Do, door, this, that, that. This is so Charlie Brown. This is so Charlie Brown. Because it's like, what? Nigga, we really was bragging to white people about making up slang Ebonics that we didn't even make up. I just said it right there. That we didn't even make up. That's not even our shit. That's white people's stuff. They're the ones who came over there. So it's odd. Like, it's odd because it's making you really think, well, wait a minute. We know English didn't have all these words. We know that. We know just like where and there, how there's so many different spellings of them. This is clearly a spelling language. This is a spellcast language. So we know every word wasn't there at the time. So we know what English the Indians are talking about when they say it's pidgin language. Like, Swanto had to communicate with the European, and the European had to communicate with Swanto. So they had to develop a language that they both could comprehend. Okay, that is English. And people be like, oh, well, wait a minute. It's English. It comes from England. No. You're talking about Old English. And remember, it's still ish. So it's not even the original language. Why? Because they'll tell you they have a lot of German in it. They have a lot of, Scottish in it. There's a lot of different languages from the old dramatic version of the East English language, or narrow language. It's a narrow language. Once it comes to the West, and then, like I said, they have to conversate. They have to know how to talk to each other. That's where pidgin language came from. And that's the modern English that you're using. That's why there's French in it. There's Latin in it. There's all different types of language in the modern English, because there's Indian words in it. That is because that we're all kind of using pidgin language in a way. Nobody's using the vowels and thous, and nobody's talking like that anymore. That's Old English. Nobody speaks like that. That's why you know there's a difference, because none of y'all talk like the King James Bible. None of y'all talk like that. And thou so giveth in the souls and millions of ones. Nobody talks like that. Nobody's Shakespearean with it. Why? Because that's old English. Modern English is a hodgepodge of a gang of different languages. So it's like you can't say it's from England. That's a lie. It can't be. But there's two different like dialects to how you can use the language. And my people have been using one claiming it's theirs. And it's like, it's not. Oh, you would never make me be a slave. Oh, you couldn't make me pick no cotton. Bro, you are picking cotton by talking in a certain way. You are. You're remaining the slave that they want you to represent. They want you to be, and they want you to stay. Oh, you sound like a white person. No. White people made this and that. See? You're not even getting it. You calling it Ebonics. No, Ebonics is slang. Something that the white guy made again. So you keep copycatting. You know what I'm saying? You calling things cool that you think is good looking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you call things fresh that you think is good looking. But it's like you're using words that already mean something. They're already there. Sound like a slave. Sound like a slave. You're not inventive at all. You're just like, motherfuckers talking about lion is cap. Okay, but cap already is a word. See, you're not inventing anything. You're a slave. You know what I'm saying? You're a slave. You know, that's facts. Like you're a slave because you're using your slave master's language still and then claiming that it's yours and you claim you invented it. But no, you just don't read history. You don't know anything. This is why I be saying, you know, blacks need to be Republican and conservative. Not because, oh, you saw no. This is why you don't know Thomas Sowell, dog. You be talking about Tim Scott, all these motherfuckers in your shut up. Go to conservative black dialogue books. You know what I'm saying? Their premise on things. It's like get your elder in your knowledge bag, dog. Stop lighting candles being so spooky, bro. Stop going off emotions you as a slave. You don't even know if that shit's credible. You don't, because you talking about movies and a story that the damn the slave master gave you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you find out roots ain't real and so much fake shit they done done, and then the African is like they told you the white boy did, bruh. The white guy didn't even get that many slaves. The conquistador did. Look at the whole fucking argument. The whole story they gave is so asinine. It's backwards. Betty, it ain't backwards. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Oh, the great old evil white man went to Africa to go. No, he didn't, because he bought some slaves. The Africans selling these motherfuckers. He's been selling slaves since Mansa Musa. He's been selling black people since Mansa Musa. Way before 1492. So it's like, hold up. How the Portuguese already got some slaves on the boat? When they come to America, they like Negro del Terra, but no, they had some Negro del Guinea with them. Okay, what do you think? They kidnapped them? No, the Africans sold them. Right, okay, so the whole back to Africa thing is stupid, because it's like, nigga, them your enemies. That's why they come over here. They be having fucking stores and shit. Your black ass can't get a store to save your life now. You got African fucking stores and shit. You got Hispanic stores and shit. Hindu, Korean. Everybody can get this money, but you from Africa. No, dog, you an Indian. But look. So they sold you. Motherfuckers talking about black power back to Africa. Dog, you burnt. Them niggas is not your friends. Period. Pressing forward. Conquistador got them motherfucking slaves. So it's like, this motherfucker looking at you all rude and shit, be calling you names in a different language, dissing you. He got froze in the back. His great grandmama dark as hell. It's like, bro, just disrespectful, weirdo shit. But why? Why are they able to play it off? Because it's Guala Guala language. And then at the same time, nigga, they got all the slaves. They're not telling you that in American history. So you out here as space ghosts. Some of them you take as friends, some of you take as enemies. It's like, no, guys, you're not supposed to be talking to this nigga at all. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be building your own shit. You didn't give them so much leeway, nigga. It's not even talking about hip hop. It's like how you think they was able to build the numbers. You losing the numbers, arguing and fighting with yourself, being cool with them, when you supposed to be cool with yourself and not necessarily fight them, but keep your guard up, you know what I'm saying, to protect your neighborhoods and protect your investments. Now you got the Hispanics moving fucking LA gangs out their neighborhood because they buying up the neighborhood. Why? Because y'all too busy shooting each other instead of paying rent. Instead of motherfucking building something, keeping the neighborhood fresh, making a fucking community center and shit. It's like, bro, you have to invest in yourselves. I ain't saying you got to get your shit to Wall Street. No, you could get this shit to your street. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? It's not about trying to be cool. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. Even if the slavery shit is real and God ain't real, I'm going to be all the way facts with you. There ain't no deity on earth that ever said, nigga, join the fucking circus and fucking want people to gloat all over you. There's nowhere in none of these holy books that say that shit. Be a celebrity, be an entertainer, be an athlete, throw a ball around. None of them say that. All of them try to put you on a mission because obviously there's a mission here. No, I'm not floating off of any of the books. That's why I said pick any of them. Buddha wasn't a football player. Jesus wasn't a motherfucking break dancer. Like, do you get my point? You know what I'm saying? Krishna wasn't fucking doing 100-yard dash. Like, bruh, they got you on a dumb mission, wasting your money. You motherfucker have a whole closet full of jerseys. He ain't played on one team. Motherfucking closet full of Jordans. Never shook the nigga hand. It's like, bruh, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. And it's like, it's that low cognitive, like, pack of wood nigger mentality. You know what I'm saying? I got new shoes. Look, my shoes look better than yours. You got dirty shoes. Sound like some old hillbilly dumb shit, don't it? Look. Niggas doing that every day in high school. Right by the lockers. Oh, you ain't fresh like me. Where do you think you get that weird shit from? Oh, the dozens come talking about slave man. So why y'all talking about yourselves? If the whole point of your mama was talking about him, why y'all talking about y'all mama now? See? You ain't catching man. Let's keep rolling.
England. Some locations.
Ain't that a bitch? He said, but words like chitlins, white people invented that. You got a bunch of black people bragging about eating this shit, dog. Obviously, the white boy was eating that shit before you was. So now what? Now y'all talking about shit like, I'm like, nigga, please. I seen a Western where the white man ate a horse. Nigga, the horse had broke his leg and shit. He knew he couldn't continue and put it down, shot his head, and he thought about it. I ain't gonna let all this fucking meat go away. Motherfucker ain't horse meat, nigga. I ain't never thought no shit like that. Like eating dog meat. He's like, what the fuck? But look. If he willing to do that, there ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me ate the pig trails. The fuck out of here. But no, you think you invented that. Oh, that's what they gave you to slaughter. Get the hell out of here, man. I seen the mockeries of the minstrel show. They was in the chicken coop and some more shit. So wait a minute. Master got chickens. Motherfucking slaves stealing chickens trying to eat that motherfucker. So, bro, they wasn't just eating no pig and test. Get the well, they had to steal it, though. That don't mean nothing, motherfucker. They keep you in charge of all the chickens. You can't count on these motherfuckers. They just had a bunch of births. A gang of new chickens coming. Shut up. Like, creep up. Gone. Ring his little neck real quick. Motherfucker in the back had a blessing. But I'm saying that to say this. The word chitlins ain't even ours. We ain't even create that shit, which makes perfect sense. It's your slave master, motherfucker. He giving you something to eat. He boiled it and gave the interest. He teaching you how to cook it. You know what I'm saying? He give you what did master? Called chitlins. They eat that shit, nigga. Okay, so we looking at it like it's chitlins, you know. No, bro, that ain't no soul food. That's what fucking European food. That's England. You eating some English shit. Which makes sense because a lot of black people talk about white people's health, not just universal. No, their diet, like what they eat. Like motherfucking white people are known to like smoke 3 packs of cigarettes and down like 2 liters of fucking Coca-Cola and shit. It's like they just have a different body, just different add up. You know what I mean? And it's like certain shit black people can't do. That's why they be dying of, you know, high blood pressure, diabetes, all that different shit, because it's like we trying to play a game with a group that is like, we're not built the same. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't built like white people. You know what I'm saying? White people is like, I don't know. But that shit don't be helping them in the long run either, because they be the most ones on them cancer commercials. They be the most ones with the problems. Every time you see, that's the gift and the curse of being the #1 star. White dude want to be on all the dentist commercials, all the food covers and shit, but you also in them weird ass fucking pill commercials. Hey, you're dealing with schizophrenia? We'll try new Lexicon. Yeah, but it might give you diarrhea. You might have a sore throat. You might have heart problems. So talk to your doctor about Lexicon. It's like, it's all him. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the kids at the Shriner Hospital and shit. They mainly white people. Mainly white people, all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. There ain't no personal knock to him, because there's a lot of healthy white people too. That got a lot of, gym videos and all types of, holistic. So it's not like he's not helping himself while he's here. But what I'm saying is the image that we give, just like the thug nigger shit. Okay, the same thing with the white trash shit. It's the image. You remember the movies, white dude drinking a whole fucking bottle, whole fifth. Drinks a whole fifth. It's a drink challenge. He drank the whole fifth and shit. It's nothing. He just shoots a shot. Come on, bro. You try that shit in real life, you noticing yourself, you get tired, sluggish. Yeah, motherfuckers, you're not a fucking film. And cut. It's fake. It's not even real. It's apple juice, cuz. You know what I'm saying? When they be drinking vodka, it's water. Knock it off. Like, bro, but imagery is a motherfucker. Just like black people eating chitlins. Everybody think it's just us. No. We was given that. See, y'all keep acting like, oh, we had to invent that. Everything you didn't invent, some shit was given to you, like pig intestines.
And that for that. Many of these usages have long since died out in England, though the word chitlins for Hagen trails continue to be used in some localities in England, even in the 20th century. But no such words came from Africa, nor did the holiday Kwanzaa, which originated in Los Angeles. The slaves' custom of marking their marriages by jumping over a broomstick, a custom resurrected at a posh wedding among blacks in 20th century New York as a mark of racial identity, was in fact a pagan custom in Europe in centuries past, and survived.
Jump the broom. Oh, yeah, black people in slavery, that's what it is. Black people jump the broom. That actually comes from Europe. Yo, and motherfuckers mad at me yesterday thinking, oh, you just dogging people from the South. No, cuz I'm trying to dig deep into this shit. I'm trying to show y'all something. I'm trying to say that's not you. Even if you think that it's you in the heart of hearts, no, it's not. It's not your shit.
In 20th century New York as a mark of racial identity, was in fact a pagan custom in Europe in centuries past, and survived for a time among Southern whites. Complaints about the improvidence of whites in the South and of their ancestors in Britain before that were echoed in W.E.B. Du Bois's picture of his fellow blacks in the 1890s. Probably few poor nations waste more money by thoughtless and unreasonable expenditure than the American Negro, and especially those living in large cities. Thousands of dollars are annually wasted in amusements of various kinds and in miscellaneous ornaments and gewgaws. The Negro has much to learn of the Jew and the Italian as to living within his means and saving every penny from excess.
Now, let's talk about the Masons again. What's the argument between me and the Freemasons? Let's keep on it. We ain't gonna bullshit around. My argument with them is they hide the truth for the people. You know what I'm saying? They're using the people. That's my argument with them. Now, as far as the Masons go, who really has an argument with certain things? See, when I talk about W.E.B. Du Bois and the NAACP, I'm talking about what it became. The propaganda, Hollywood shit, not feeling that. But the way this brother was talking back then, he was talking about decency. He's just talking about proper etiquette, how to carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some old grandma shit. You know what I'm saying? Grandmama told you stay in your budget. It's like that's grandmama shit. You know what I'm saying? So these bars is grand. These some. Where do you think grandmama got it from? From grandpapa. So it's like these are some grand bars. Talking about secrecy and keeping things to yourself. It's not like we don't do business with white folks. It's not like we're not cool with everybody, but at the same time, we have to keep something for ourselves. I can't argue with that. And if you look in this picture with all these brothers, we even got the high yellow one right there, but he's sitting on a black man's lap. That's probably his son. At the end of the day, all shades. I'm tired of people doing that shit. I'm tired of this whole light skin, dark skin. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. You don't even like. I know people say that shit happens all over the world, but nah, that's because y'all been demonized through religion. Motherfucker, people are people. And at the same time, don't nobody get to choose how they come out, bitch. So just respect people for who they is. Be glad that they're alive. Be glad that they got a chance to breathe the air, just like you do. Instead of worrying about pigments and stuff like that, it's always been a dumb argument to me. If it's not scientifical, where we're talking about health and, you know what I'm saying, the fucking elements of Earth and how certain pigmentations work better in certain elements, if we're not on that type of conversation, then it's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? It's foolish, it's racist, and it's disingenuous. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody is being credited on Earth by what shade they are. It's who you are. That's what it's about. Keep going.
And wasteful expenditures. It was not, however, from Jews or Italians that blacks had absorbed their culture. Du Bois's description of the spending habits of blacks in the 1890s was echoed by a contemporary observer, Jacob Riis, who said that the Negro loves fine clothes and good living a good deal more than he does a bank account. Similar.
Gucci, Louis, Chanel, oh, do tell. Stacey Adams, Nautica, the Donna Karen, that Polo, oh no. Man, oh man, Fendi within me. Ooh, we going out of town. We gotta put it down. So many Jordans I've been sporting. No savings. Now here you are, one of the strongest groups at that time. Just got free, 1890. Can't save a dime. Meanwhile, the Jews is real small. Small ass group. Got big money. Now we could talk about that bank that they hit up and robbed in all them towns and cities. We can talk about that. That's true. But habits is habits. And if he's saying that, you know, Reed back in the 1890s, he was expressing this shit like, yo, for some reason, black people love to look fancy. They love to look good. They love to spend that money. True consumers. Oh, we ain't never had that. Motherfucker, it's 1890. You just got out, motherfucker, about like, what, about 40 years ago, nigga? Like, 45 years ago, player. You should be saving all your pennies. You would think blacks would have been, you know, trying to sneak guns and shit, stock up on weaponry and ammo and shit. Never know if these motherfuckers want to change their mind or something. Where'd that energy come from? Remember, like I said in the last video, it ain't tricking if you got it. Where we get that from? Where we get the strip club became all the best women and you got to spend all your money. Where did we get that from? Suckers and busters, truthfully. But the South, they just like promoted at Magic City and they just, I don't know how niggas felt for that. That shit don't make sense. But it's like niggas just made strip clubs like this. Whatever, B. Let's keep going.
Observations have been made by many others over the years, inside and outside the Black community. For the lower socioeconomic classes among Blacks, Gunnar Myrdal's descriptions of them near the middle of the 20th century still bore a remarkable resemblance to descriptions of Southern whites and their regional forebears in Britain, including less resourcefulness, disorganized family life, lax sexual morals, and recklessness, with tendencies toward aggression and violence.
Damn, player, can we run that back? That sound like nigga from Compton. No,
outside the Black community. For the lower social economic class, middle resemblance, including less resourcefulness, disorganized family life, lax sexual morals, and recklessness, with tendencies toward aggression and violence.
Now, he said that the Southern Black was basically spot on with the Southern white. So he's like, yo, the actions that, you know what I'm saying, the American Negro was making in the South was concluded to the same energy of this person they called the blue-eyed devil. You know what I'm saying? That's funny because all white people don't even have blue eyes. Like the green-eyed white dude gets the slide shit. The black-eyed one, he's like, oh shit, thank God. Shit dark brown. Like, but I'm saying they saying all that, but the energy that Blacks portrayed is coming from that source, and I just find that interesting.
Despite a generally sympathetic approach to the study of Blacks in his landmark book, An American Dilemma, which has often been credited with a major influence on the advancement of civil rights, Myrdal also noted the low standards of efficiency, reliability, ambition, and morals actually displayed by the average Negro. He observed something of the devil-may-care attitude in the pleasure-seeking of Negroes, and a general attitude in which life becomes cheap and crime not so reprehensible. Like other observers, Myrdal tended to attribute the low regard for human life, reckless disregard of lethal dangers, and so had their ancestors in Britain. Unlike many others, however, Myrdal also recognized the influence of the Southern white culture on the culture of Blacks, pointing out that the general Southern pattern of illegality maintained this low regard for human life. He also noted that the so-called Negro dialect is simply a variation on the ordinary Southern accent, that religious emotionalism was borrowed from and sanctioned by religious behavior among whites in the South, and that the Negro trait of audaciousness is characteristic of white Southerners too.
That's that pastor. The white people been doing it. And you know it's true, because check a white dude when he drunk. Check a white dude when he drunk and he mad. Them motherfuckers be loud as shit. Nobody can't even lie. Why you loud as mother? Or when they like ready to put, dude, we're gonna fucked up. It's like, all right, now think about the preacher. And come again. And Daniel rolled up. Sad because like we be really Black people are so spiritual. The spiritual people, nigga, they stole that shit. Remember, he's the one who gave him the fucking book, right? He's the one who slapped him up, gave him the book, right? All right, nigga. The white white man is some of y'all daddy, cuz.
He quoted Black scholar and later statesman Ralph Bunche. White Southerners employ many of the defense mechanisms characteristic of the Negro. They often carry a chip on the shoulder. They indulge freely in self-commiseration. They rather typically and in real Negro fashion try to overcome a feeling of inferiority by exhibitionism, raucousness in dress, and exaggerated self-assertion. Although Dr. Bunche presented these as parallels, historically it was, of course, the Southern whites who first had these patterns, reflecting patterns among their ancestors in Britain.
Because they ain't copying the black man, so they copying themselves. It is like, bruh, this shit is so deep. It's so deep because I done been brought this shit up. I done been said the street nigga is the hillbilly. There is no difference. And motherfuckers don't get it. Everything this shit is cool. It's like, no, cuz no. On a knowledge tip, it's cool to, you know what I'm saying, dabble in the streets because then you can understand what's going on out there. But at the same time, it's foolish to get stuck in the streets because you know there's nothing in there. And that's why people look at people that join gangs late like poo butts. If it's jail, that's different. All right, you in prison, they kind of like force you, like, nigga, you kind of by yourself. You really ain't got nobody. Now, some niggas can make it alone, but not really. You're going to have somebody, like, nigga, bro, you're going to have somebody. It's prison. And they might ship you off somewhere. Like, nigga, you got to have somebody. So, you got to have a squad. But, all in all, outside is like, no. No. They have made us forget certain things. We forgot certain things. We forgot at the end of the day, the whole play is you learned it from him. He's the one who taught you. Paris, first album, The Devil Made Me Do It. Who was he talking about? What devil was he talking about? See, some people have the knowledge, but they'll hide it from you because they want you to find it on your own. But it's not the devil like he's your devil. Just like maybe you're his, or maybe himself is his. Who knows? But it's like, that's what it is. You gotta build off what is. And not worry about, we can't be like them. We different. No. You gotta realize that there is a differential period. There's up and there's down, and it's like if you're looking at this as proper, there's the right way to be. But no, you're gonna go against that. You nigga, there's only one way to go. That's down, because there's nothing improper about being proper. But don't get it confused. Proper and decency, or at least the illusion of it, has nothing to do with rude. You know what I'm saying? Undercuff, like fucking insults with like a snoop up. Like, it's like, bruh, we're not dumb out here. I didn't say everybody's cool, but I'm saying at the end of the day, the thug life shit is not black people shit. Y'all stole that from y'all fucking slave master, and you gotta stop lying. You gotta stop acting like you making up shit. You're not. You stole it. You're still the fucking white boy slave.
In much of the literature on black culture, however, the supposed influence of slavery has been far more sweepingly assumed, and the cultural influence of white Southerners and their forebears in Britain largely ignored. Attempts to derive the black manner of speaking from slavery and its...
Which don't make no sense. They keep talking about slavery when it's like, nigga, who's the... Come on, man, think. Who's the fucking slave master? You can't just have a slave in slavery. You got to be ran and owned by somebody. Okay, so motherfucker, you can't read or write. They're not allowing it. So all you can go off, like I said, is off manner, or like mimicking, like mannerisms and shit. That's all you could do. It's not your language. It's not your country. It's not your place. So if everything's... Jasper, pick up that damn there thing, boy. Okay, it makes sense why down there they talk like that. I don't see the big argument. And people today not getting the point that ain't nobody dissing you, nigga. Ain't nobody talking shit about how you talk. I'm saying it ain't you. It ain't you.
Parallel among whites as an influence from black speech were answered by a southern hill of the Blue Ridge, Smoky, and Cumberland Mountains, who have had little or no contact with the Negro. Another cultural historian of Southerners aptly observed that Southerners, white and black, share the bonds of a common heritage, indeed a common tragedy, and often speak a common language, however seldom they may acknowledge it. Half a century after Myrdal, another study of racial attitudes noted the intimidating ethnic style of many underclass black males, and noted that nearly half of all murder victims in America were black, and that 94% of them were killed by other blacks. Many of these killings were due to gang members who killed for such reasons as, "'cause he look at me funny, 'cause he give me no respect," and other reasons reminiscent of the touchy pride and hair-trigger violence of rednecks and crackers in an earlier era.
Now, once again, who are you? Like black man, real question. I bet he had just people, period. Who are you, yo? Like, at the end of who are you, yo? Like, and are you going to allow this? Are you going to allow this one time in your life? You're going to allow yourself to be fooled by yourself. I think it's wild. It's just, hey, it's whatever, yo. Like, what can you do in certain situations? You really just can't do anything. You just got to sit there and people take it, man. But be honest with yourself. You can go to work. You can go work out. You can go eat. You can enjoy yourself. You can have a drink. You can do whatever you want. Is it time to put it on ice for a little bit? I'm never going to be commercial. Just not. But I ain't always got to talk about negativity hurting people. No, I can talk about motherfucking getting it in with real science to better people. This is just not me saying this. And he's saying it's from a deeper situation. It's like, it's not even y'all. Y'all didn't even start this shit. It's something that was breeded in due to slavery, right? Post-traumatic slave syndrome, I don't believe in. But what I can say is, if you keep pitching the narrative to your head and keep spellbinding yourself in it, of course you'll be lost in it forever. So, you want to be movie stars? Bend over for the guy. You know you got it. You want to be a fucking politician? Bend over for the guy. You know you got it. You can make it out the mud. You can make it off in the heritage. You can do a lot of different things. But what I want y'all to understand is, you can't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me for saying what the fuck I'm saying. There's a certain way of being, yourself, but at the same time coming through with decency, correctness. Not trying to sound an image that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And if you're talking like a fool, then you know good for us. And then why would I mimic sounding like a fool? Hey, nigga, fool, what the fuck, nigga? Nah, I'm going to tell you one more time. If you don't get the fuck out my face, you're going to have a situation. I ain't got to change my tone. I ain't got to change my me. You know what I'm saying? It's just got to set the stage. But I think that's wild. Black people think they invented this ignorant shit. They really got it from the slave master, and then they don't want to give true credit to the slave master who invented it. I think that's wild. And then you see the real demon time that they made with hip hop. They had to have, because one of their biggest, influences that they say is African Bambaataa, who's molesting a bunch of kids. Okay, he called himself African. He's an African Bam Botter. Botters Bams. Shit sounds weird anyway. Then I seen him with the devil horns and shit multiple times. I'm like, oh, this nigga, this back in the day. I'm like, oh, this nigga here. I guess that shit was set up. But that's why I'm going to make a video tomorrow called Hip Hop. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the real vibrational patterns, the whole point of it. The real point of it. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the ghetto. You want to talk about have-nots. You want to talk about the situation. I'm going to tell you the reason the vibrational patterns came out the larynx, why people start speaking. I'll show you that. Right now, I'm out. But you can't get mad at me, man. You can't even get mad at me, man. Like I said, I love all my Southern folks. One love all day. But all y'all ain't stupid. And some of y'all damn sure understand exactly what the hell I'm saying. There's a certain cut out there of a wicked breed that has been branching out and spawning all over our neighborhoods. And it's kept us on a bad run for a long time. I say with the help of the Democrats, but you ain't got to believe that. It's whatever. But letting your negativity just go rampant, it ain't never going to help us in the long run. It goes.